Welcome to Linda's Corner. My name is Linda Bjork. For today's episode, I will be sharing an excerpt from one of my books called You Got This, An Action Plan to Calm Fear, Anxiety, Worry, and Stress. With all the disturbing current events we're facing, people all around the world are experiencing overwhelmingly high levels of stress right now. I feel strongly about the need to help empower people to be resilient and able to handle their problems. You Got This is a thoroughly researched, easy-to-read, well-designed action plan to calm feelings of fear, anxiety, worry, and stress, with a wide variety of proven cognitive behavioral therapy techniques that empower people to regain a sense of peace and control in their lives. You Got This will show you how to decrease stressors, increase coping skills, increase confidence, increase resilience, and find solutions to your problems. The book is available in paperback and ebook formats on Amazon. Today's excerpt includes an emotional first aid kit. The following section is a list of tools to use as an emotional first aid kit. Remember that an emotional first aid kit is just a list of tools that can provide an immediate, although temporary, positive effect. Use these anytime you hit an emotional wall, feel overwhelmed, or you just need a quick boost. Stick with me. You got this. You can knock over those walls and turn them into stairs that will take you to a happier, higher plane. The first tool I'm going to share is to sing a song, because that's the first tool that got me through a rough spot. I felt like I was threatened, and it was like an impenetrable wall trying to hold me back. I sang through the song Try Anything by Shakira 3 times. Once wasn't enough. I needed to sing it through 3 times in order to pass through that wall and feel like I could make it through another day. Depending on the situation, you might need to sing it 5 times or 10. Singing has been scientifically proven to lower stress, relieve anxiety, and elevate endorphins, which make you feel uplifted and happy. It helps relax muscle tension and decreases the levels of the stress hormone cortisol in the bloodstream, and can help you take your mind off the day's trouble and boost your mood. In addition, scientists have identified a tiny organ in the ear called the sacculus, which responds to the frequencies created by singing. The response creates an immediate sense of pleasure, regardless of what the singing sounds like, so you don't have to have an amazing voice to feel the positive effects of singing. Participants in one study showed significant decreases in both anxiety and depression levels after 1 month of adding singing to their routine. So, if you find yourself in a rough spot, sing along to a positive, upbeat song. Sing through one song 3 times, or sing 3 different positive, upbeat songs once. Allow the music to wash through you and feel the healing and invigorating effects immediately lifting mood and bringing relief. From my own experience, I can say that it really works. Print out the lyrics so that you can sing all the words, and choose songs that have lyrics that have meaning to you personally. Here are a few suggested songs to help you create your own list. Roar by Katy Perry, Try Everything by Shakira, Waka Waka by Shakira, Brave by Sarah Bareilles, Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield, Fight Song by Rachel Platten, Happy by Pharrell Williams, Better When I'm Dancing by Meghan Trainor, On Top of the World by Imagine Dragons, Believer by Imagine Dragons, and You Are Loved by Stars Go Dim. 5-second rule. One technique that can help you when you're struggling with fear and motivation is to use the 5-second rule made famous by Mel Robbins. The 5-second rule is simple. It's like a countdown for a launch. If there's something that you know you should do, but need a boost to actually do it, start counting down from 5, like this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then do it immediately. The idea behind the 5-second rule is simple. If you have an impulse to act on a goal, you must physically move within 5 seconds, or fear may set in, and your brain will kill the idea. Remember, you can't control how you feel, but you can always choose how you act. Boost confidence and mood with a power pose. You can improve your mood in just 90 seconds by doing this one simple trick. Put your chin up, smile, even if you don't feel like it. Pull your shoulders back, stand straight and tall with your hands relaxed at your sides or on your hips. Keep both feet pointing forward and keep weight even on both legs. Hold this position for 90 seconds. Research shows that doing these things will not only make you appear more confident and happy, it actually makes you feel more confident and happy. Furthermore, smiling, even if it's a forced or fake smile, increases the production of mood-enhancing hormones such as dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, which can help us feel better. Charles Darwin was actually the first to hypothesize that there is a connection between body language and our emotions that goes both ways. We smile when we feel good, but we also feel good when we smile. Today, that theory is called the facial feedback hypothesis, and it has been verified in study after study after study. The physical expressions of our body language influence our emotional experience. Even if you don't feel like it, doing the actions will help increase those feelings. If we want to feel happy, then we need to smile more. Smiling, even a fake smile, increases the production of mood-enhancing hormones such as dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. If we want to feel confident, then we stand tall and pull our shoulders back. Holding this pose for just 90 seconds slightly increases the level of testosterone and decreases the level of cortisol. These chemical changes cause an increase of confidence and a decrease in stress. Connect with nature. Being in nature, or even viewing scenes of nature, reduces anger, fear, and stress, and increases pleasant feelings. Spending time outside in nature is good for the body and the mind. It helps distract us from problems and just helps us feel good. Research shows that nature not only makes you feel better emotionally, it increases physical well-being by reducing blood pressure, heart rate, muscle tension, and the production of stress hormones. Feel the warmth of the sun and the coolness of the breeze and your body moving as you walk. Hear the birds or the waves or the rustle of the grass in the wind. Smell the flowers and the trees and see the beauty of nature around you. Enjoy a sensory experience in nature and feel its calming effects. Take a walk. Virtually any form of exercise can act as a stress reliever. Exercise does wonderful things to help our emotional well-being. It increases the production of endorphins, which are the brain's feel-good neurotransmitters. Walking, jogging, and other forms of exercise that use large muscle groups in a repetitive motion are also forms of moving meditation. These moving meditations provide similar benefits to traditional meditation by calming us down and distracting us from our problems. It improves mood, builds confidence, helps us relax, and improves quality of sleep. So, if you're feeling stressed out, it might be a good idea to pause and go for a walk. Visualize a shield. If you're struggling with feelings of fear and vulnerability, visualizing a shield can be a way to help you feel safer. Mental creation with intention is a powerful thing. We can invent, create, experience, and destroy things with thoughts alone. Creating a shield basically means imagining, visualizing, intending, and feeling that you are completely surrounded by a force field or shield. Be creative and specific in imagining what it looks like, what color it is, how it feels inside, and any other specific details you can think of. Imagine that negative comments are deflected by the shield. They don't even reach you and they can't get inside. You allow them to bounce off into space where they are harmless. Choose to allow positive comments to flow through the shield. The shield is a filter, not a wall. When I was struggling with feelings of anxiety, I thought that every person and every situation was a potential threat to me, and that I was not safe anywhere or with anyone. So, I made it a habit to create a shield each morning as part of my daily routine, just like brushing my teeth. And if I found myself stressed out, overly emotional, or feeling threatened, I would reapply my shield. I also visualized my shield in preparation for attending any social function where I knew there would be a lot of people. I thought that the idea of visualizing a shield sounded a little silly when the idea was first suggested to me, but I found that it really helped as a coping mechanism. And with time, the fear began to subside, and now I feel perfectly safe wherever I am without having to do that. 2-minute distraction. One of the unhealthiest and most common forms of negative thinking is called rumination. To ruminate means to chew over. It's like when your boss yells at you, or you make an embarrassing mistake, or something scary happens, or you imagine something scary that might happen, and you just can't stop replaying the scene in your head for days or even weeks on end. Spending so much time focused on upsetting and negative thoughts actually puts you at significant risk for developing clinical depression, alcoholism, eating disorders, and even cardiovascular disease. The problem is the urge to ruminate can feel really strong, so it's a difficult habit to stop. But there are some ways to help combat that urge. Studies tell us that even a 2-minute distraction is sufficient to break the urge to ruminate in that moment. If your thoughts are swirling in fear and despair, take action to break free of them and attain a fresh perspective. Become immersed in a great book that moves you, or watch a movie that transports you. Exercise, go for a walk. In short, do what you know from experience bounces your thinking into a more optimistic place. If you can succeed in changing your mental channel for at least 2 minutes, you have a chance of breaking that destructive cycle of rumination. By battling negative thinking, you won't just heal your psychological wounds, you will build emotional resilience, and you will thrive. Laughter. When looking for an excellent distraction, laughter really is the best medicine. Laughter stops distressing emotions. It helps you shift perspective, allowing you to see situations in a more realistic, less threatening light. Laughter makes you feel good. It triggers the release of endorphins, which are the body's natural feel-good chemicals. And the good feeling that you get when you laugh remains with you even after the laughter subsides. Humor helps you keep a positive, optimistic outlook through difficult situations, disappointments, and loss. It adds joy and zest to life, eases anxiety and tension, relieves stress, improves mood, and strengthens resilience. So, what makes you laugh? A good joke? Funny cat videos? Make a list of things that make you laugh and keep them on hand, because nothing works faster or more dependably to bring your mind and body back into balance than a good laugh. Mini meditation. There are many studies that verify that meditation eases anxiety and mental stress. Here's a mini meditation exercise that you can do anytime, anywhere, to help you calm down in just a few seconds. With your hands in front of you, line up the tips of the fingers on your left hand to the corresponding tips on your right hand. Take 5 slow, deep belly breaths while pressing the fingertips against each other with medium force. Then, shake out your hands and relax them to your sides or your lap, and take one last slow, deep breath. Connect with friends. We live in a digital age where we can be tempted to replace person-to-person contact with phones and computers, especially if we're feeling vulnerable. But humans are social creatures. We crave feeling supported, valued, and connected. Studies show that being socially connected increases happiness and leads to better health and a longer life. It helps overcome feelings of loneliness and isolation. Make a list of the people you can turn to. These are people that you trust to support you, and make an effort to contact them regularly. Reach out to them and ask for specific kinds of help. Remember, your friends can't read your mind, and it's not fair to expect them to. And if you're working on a goal, such as trying to overcome anxiety or depression, having a friend to report to and keep you accountable can make all the difference in the world. The likelihood of getting new habits to stick, of following through on your assignments and reaching goals, is remarkably higher when someone else is aware of your goal or assignment, and you set a time to report back to someone on your progress. Replace rumination with positive affirmations. When we get caught in the trap of rumination, which is that repeating of negative self-thoughts over and over again, we have to do something to interrupt that cycle, or it just keeps going. Rumination is so dangerous because studies show that people believe things that they hear a lot because they are familiar, and disbelieve things that they don't hear because they are unfamiliar. It is interesting because it has no basis in logic. This is why it is so dangerous when we repeat over and over in our minds things like, I'm not good enough, I'm a failure, I'm not safe, and so on. Even though there may be no basis in logical foundation for these statements, we believe them to be true simply because we repeat them to ourselves over and over again. There is a way to combat these beliefs using that same principle of repetition. By creating positive statements about ourselves and repeating them over and over, it can create a new, healthier, positive belief system. So, if a thought keeps running through your mind like, I'm not good enough, replace it with another opposite and positive statement, such as, I am worthy and deserving of being loved, valued, and appreciated. I am loved, valued, and appreciated. I am good enough. And repeat that over and over again. There's a lot of truth taught in the children's book, The Little Engine That Could, by Watty Piper. Repeating, I think I can, or whatever positive mantra is applicable, really does make a difference. It won't be easy, however, because when you say those things, your subconscious may tell you that they're lies. Studies show that once we believe something, we instinctively defend and protect it without even being aware of it. But if we keep at it relentlessly and consistently, that power of repetition can retrain our brains to accept the new things as being true. So just keep going. Pet the dog. If you're feeling anxious, stressed, depressed, or lonely, one thing that might help is to spend some time petting a dog or cat. Science shows that playing with or petting an animal can reduce stress and can also help us reduce feelings of isolation and help us feel more connected. Petting a dog or cat increases oxytocin production in the brain, which lowers stress and increases feelings of happiness. It also decreases the production of cortisol, which is that stress hormone, so it works in multiple ways to help you calm down and feel better. Small act of service. Anxiety, worry, and fear tend to make a person retreat inward. Serving other people can help bring us outside ourselves. It can also help distract us from our own problems and think about something else. Studies have shown that people who help others have lowered levels of depression and anxiety. In fact, in the research study, service was more effective in making a positive difference in the way participants felt about themselves than making an effort to pamper themselves or creating self-esteem goals. I hope you have enjoyed this excerpt from my book, You Got This, An Action Plan to Calm Fear, Anxiety, Worry, and Stress. I feel strongly about the need to help empower people to be resilient and able to handle their problems. So I will continue sharing excerpts from the book in other episodes of Linda's Corner. In closing, I would like to share a quote from a review from Readsy.com. I enjoy reading self-help books that go beyond pep talk to provide actionable steps that can make an actual difference to the reader's life. You Got This is one of those books. See you next time on Linda's Corner.